5:36, Nationals Morning News on Super Talk 89.7 WTN. Good morning to your friends. You know what people are saying today?
ELGSES, Eagles!
That's just wrong.
That should be a request to removal from office. That alone. I don't care what else. If she's great, I don't care. If you do that, get out.
That's the mayor of
It is the mayor.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You should know how to spell E.
She probably went to Philadelphia Public School.
I'm sure she did.
ELGSES, Eagles!
Do you think she knew midway through that she spelled it wrong, or do you think she was oblivious?
I think she probably was oblivious.
I don't know which is worse.
Oh, I'm just having a great time with this morning.
ELGSES, Eagles!
You know,
Can I ask this question? Will Philly Joan be going home at 10 or 11 or whenever you stop working? Is she going to keep coming back every day? Like, how long is this going to be going on?
Dan, would you rather have this or her after a loss? Like, what would happen if they lost?
A loss would have been more fun.
No, she wouldn't
No,
talk. She would
actually,
walk
no.
out.
No, I'm having some fun with it now.
Philly Joan.
Yeah.
Philly Joan. That's very funny.
We need some Philly pretzels. We need some Philly
what's a
steak.
Wait a
Philly
minute. I'm a
pretzel?
little confused. Didn't you say that you were
did.
going to bring us Philly cheesesteaks?
Yeah.
Okay, so in my defense.
Oh, here it comes.
I did not expect the Eagles to win. I bought the hype like everybody else did that it's going to be the third win for this vaunted team.
Right.
And it just didn't turn out that way. And I didn't really expect. Plus, where was I going to go and get steaks?
These
at
are all excuses.
midnight
These are all
last
excuses,
night?
Joan. All excuses.
I'm going to turn off her mic until she gets us a.
Do you know what the thing is, KGB and Joan? If I wanted excuses, I'd make them up myself.
Yeah.
Boss said that to me one time.
He said that?
He did.
Yeah.
That, like, change your life? That kind of advice?
No, it really pissed me off, actually. So there you go.
And
anyway.
Then you know what happened? Fight. It's just going to be competing sounds all day.
So,
I feel like.
all right. So Super Bowl, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if there's a way to, like, hungover, but like from food.
Yeah.
Amy
just
made
overly stuffed?
Amy made me the little weenies.
She did, wrapped in the pastry or whatever.
You mean pigs in a blanket?
She wrapped them in bacon.
Oh, God bless her.
Oh, wow.
Now, here's how much of a nincompoop I am.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
She comes to me and she says, "Hey, do you want them wrapped in bacon?" You know what I said? I said no.
You said no?
Yeah, because I'd had bacon on Sunday morning, and I didn't want
If
to
you're
overdo it on
low carb.
Saturday.
So that's
Yeah.
two things. Revoking your man card and revoking your American card.
So
Right.
I thought
Everything is wrapped in bacon in America.
I thought, maybe I've had too much bacon for the day. She said, "Okay, then I'm going to make mine in bacon, and you don't get any."
And did you relent?
So
I'm offended you said you had too much bacon.
So here's the great thing. So she made like 7 with bacon and like 20 without. I didn't realize
Wait,
that she'd
did they-
actually counted the number of bacon ones, and so I snuck a bacon one.
Oh,
and
she got
counted.
you.
I was like a deer in headlights. She said, "Wait a minute, you took one of my bacon-covered weenies."
Wait, the ones that didn't have bacon, what were did they
They were good. They were good.
did they have
were-
anything on them?
Well, barbecue sauce, but that's about it.
But no pastry, no
No.
croissant fix.
I don't
on
need
top
no
of it.
pastries and croissant.
I said no to bacon.
I know.
What's wrong with you?
My mind is blown of that.
Well, that's okay. That's all right.
The chat will have my back about how,
Yeah.
you never say no. If someone
You know
asks you, would you like bacon with that? You always say yes.
The chat has no idea what they're talking about. You know why? Because they're saying that this is actually a hawk and not an eagle.
Oh, see that?
I don't know if that's true or not, though. So-
Probably is.
Should that be the poll? Like, if anyone asks you, would you like bacon with X? Do you say yes or no?
But there's more to it. You gotta do more context, because I had bacon in the morning and I didn't want to overdo
That doesn't
the bacon.
matter. No.
If you're eating meat, right? Am I guessing that you're low carb? Is that what this is about?
There is never such thing as too much bacon. That it does not exist.
Are you
Okay.
low carb?
Yeah, I don't necessarily like a lot of carbs.
Okay, so
But-
then you don't skimp on the bacon if you're low carb.
Okay, can I just admit that I made a mistake? People make mistakes in life. But I did.
No, there's a different, like, you can
Amy-
vote for Kamala and call that a mistake. When you say no to bacon, that's a crime.
Amy, to her credit, actually gave me half of the bacon-covered weenies. So there you go.
She's
She is too good for you.
That is why I married that woman. Well,
She is too good for you, man.
a few reasons. Anyway, my favorite part of the Super Bowl was this moment.
Yeah, I know what that was.
Taylor Swift getting booed at the Super Bowl.
But that was after they showed Trump, too.
Yeah, and
was even
so yeah, I do. So you've got Taylor Swift. Now, if you watch the video, you'll see that I don't know if she knew that she was on the camera, the Jumbotron, whatever it is, but she's kind of doing the side eye like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And then apparently she said to whoever her friend was, what's going on, according to lip readers. And she realized that she was the one that was being booed.
Did you see her eyes perk up, too?
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah.
excuse me?
Yes, that's a great way to put it, KGB. She's like, excuse me, do you know who I am? I'm Taylor
Yeah.
Swift. You're my subject.
I thought it was more like, that can't be for me, right?
that's
Not for me.
Meantime, Donald Trump arrives
Oh, yeah.
and I love how they had the little theme to Top Gun playing.
Oh, yeah. Of course you did.
And he and Melania, class acts, they're
Wait,
waving.
was that Melania? I thought that was Ivanka.
That was Ivanka.
Was
Was that
Ivanka.
Ivanka?
I don't think-
Was that Ivanka?
Yeah.
Yeah. She,
Oh, my bad.
Melania wasn't there, if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
Or she was having like a bacon wrap weenie. I'm not sure.
So anyway,
Terrible.
people love that Donald Trump was there, and you know what? By the way, did you see what he posted on the socials after Taylor Swift was epically booed?
No.
The only one that had a tougher night than the Kansas City Chiefs was Taylor Swift. She got booed out at the stadium. MAGA is very unforgiving. That's what he said about Taylor Swift.
MAGA is very unforgiving. I guess, she spoke poorly about him for a long time. So
True. So he probably, and the best part was during the national anthem, he saw him saluting, and the crowd just goes nuts when he's on the screen. Even
He did.
during
He
the
was
national
standing
anthem.
up at attention, and he was saluting in the whole thing.
And
Trump
the stadium was mainly Philly fans too, so he did win Pennsylvania, and it kind of shows like he absolutely did. Like,
So that's why, when Kansas City players ran out onto the field, I heard a lot of boos. And then when
Yeah.
the Eagles ran out, I heard a lot of cheering.
It was like 90-10 Eagles fans.
Yeah, it was real. I was surprised by that.
I think there's
You go for it.
I think there's a couple of things. Number one is I think there is this perception, perhaps reality, that the referees are pro Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's number one. Number two, and I think I texted you, Joan, where I was like, okay, we're like 5 minutes in. I'm already sick and tired of Travis Kelce.
yeah.
Yeah. Stop it already.
Yeah.
And I think that the American people are sick and tired of having, Taylor Swift, she's a mean girl.
Yes.
Yeah, that's accurate.
And the more that we're finding out about this Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds thing
Yes.
against, what's his name? Justin
Baldoni.
yeah,
Justin
it's not looking
Baldoni.
good for them right now.
It's really not. And I don't want to get in the weeds.
Right.
I find Hollywood like a bunch of circus clowns. Okay. But very briefly, and Joan, you're going to have to back me up on this and fill in the blanks. Blake Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
Blake Lively is in this movie that Justin Baldoni starred in and directed.
Yeah.
She tried to take over the movie, and when he fought back, because Justin Baldoni, he is known as an above board guy.
Right.
Good guy, good, solid director, good actor, and so forth. Blake Lively tried to take over the production of the show, of the movie that they were in. She then accuses him of sexual harassment.
Well, it started out with a sexual harassment claim.
Yeah.
And then she snowball it from there. So she said that he entered her trailer while she was getting dressed and she was naked, and he entered without permission.
And
for
he
one
has
thing.
a text message that shows, "Come on in, I'm only breastfeeding," or something to
Right.
that extent.
And she said that he tried to fat shame her, that she wasn't losing weight fast enough after she had the baby. So she got all miffed about it and she filed that lawsuit. And then when the movie came out, she somehow got a court order for him to not be there during the premiere.
He had to go to the basement.
He had to be in the basement to watch.
And Taylor
to watch
Swift
the
is
premiere.
part of this whole thing because she basically, from what I understand, she threatened Justin Baldoni with Taylor Swift. She said basically, yeah, I've got Taylor Swift on my side. Apparently he shows up to some dinner and there's Taylor Swift along with her BFF. And Swift actually tried to talk Justin Baldoni into changing the entire movie to her ideas. And so she's like involved in this whole thing. And so she looks really bad in this. And I'm not really that particularly into this whole thing, except that it looks really bad for not only Taylor Swift, but also Ryan Reynolds and what's her name? The woman. What's her name again?
Blake Lively?
Blake Lively.
Yeah.
Looks really bad for them.
And now
So-
they're under a gag order. They're not allowed to talk about any of this.
So I think people are just over Taylor Swift. I'm just going to, and her, I've said my piece. Her last album was trash. It was just absolute garbage, in my opinion. Whatever.
Okay, so here's how I see the whole game and the whole world. The Kansas City Chiefs are the Democrats, and the Eagles were the underdog Trump people, right? And the country was rooting for the underdog.
Right.
And Kansas City Chiefs, Taylor Swift was just a part of that. And so they're tired of it. They booed her. They booed them. They're tired of them winning. They want fresh, new, cool.
But see, here's the thing: is you had Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes for the Kansas City Chiefs. Both were actually kind of respectful towards Trump.
Yeah.
So-
yes, they were.
There was a player on the Chiefs, Chris Jones, who went out before their introductions to shake Trump's hand, which was really cool.
Yeah. So I'm not going to. Somebody has to win and somebody has to lose.
Right. But there was a point, like with the refs and everything, that the NFL actually had to make a statement saying we're not favoring the Chiefs. That's all you need to know how crazy the
Yep.
favoritism was
That's exactly right.
in reality.
So
When you have to say, hey, we're not actually favoriting the Chiefs, you're hurting our credibility. I'm like, you lost that a long time ago.
that's
Did
exactly
you see
right.
the meme videos of the, Kansas City Chiefs getting ready to play? And it was the referees stretching and
Yes, that was good.
That's funny.
yeah.
There's AI images of like when they score, Mahomes is celebrating with the referees. There's like an AI image of it.
That's good. That's funny.
But in the end, the Eagles won.
Joan was texting me a lot last night. She was excited. And it's funny. I even texted her going, you know what? I'm okay with this. I thought I was like, I don't want either team to win, but I was like, at one point I'm like, you know what? I need the Eagles to win this game. And she goes, yeah, glad you're a converter now. I'm like, whoa. I'm not converting.
By the way, real quick, the watch us on YouTube. I need to promote this more often. I'm sorry. Watch us on YouTube. That's my preferred way that you watch is YouTube because you can rewind and fast forward and all that kind of stuff. So watch us on YouTube. Take the Daily Dan poll. Today's Daily Dan poll is, should the Department of Education be abolished? I don't know how exactly it is.
I worded it. President Trump wants to eliminate Department of Education. Agree or disagree?
All right. And where are we at? I'd be willing to bet. Okay.
All right. No, guess.
I'd be willing to bet 90% agrees that the Department of Education should be abolished.
99%.
Wow.
99%.
1%, which I'm assuming like that
guacamole.
means like I'm thinking less than 4 people have said no to saying don't eliminate the Department of Education.
Okay, there you go. All right, so
This might be a record of the biggest landslide of our polls so far.
tomorrow we're going to say, do you agree with this statement?
There are no thieves and thugs out here. We're members of Congress.
Okay,
Agree or disagree?
That's gonna be 100%.
That'll be 100%.
That would be 100%.
That has to be one of my favorite little sound bites that I'm going to play throughout the morning. It is 5:51 on Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7.